I want to show you the entirety of the comment because the app cut off the end of it here. The comment says, it's not fair to label these jobs as, quote, jobs Americans won't do. There's more to the story. Plenty of Americans do hard blue-collar jobs. Maybe you're paying too little, and that's the problem. Maybe paying too little is what creates this gap that makes it easy to hire undocumented people and attracts them to these kinds of jobs. And in some instances, you would be correct. There are some jobs out there that just don't pay enough because people don't want to pay $5 for a green bean or whatever the cost ends up being for your produce. You know, they don't want to walk into a store and pay 3, 4, 5 times as much for their produce. And everybody, Republican, Democratic, conservative, liberal, man, woman, rich, poor, they would all bitch about that. From my own personal perspective, I will tell the story again. Forgive me, I got a little bit of an itch going on. My psoriasis is flaring back up. I have a dermatologist appointment this week. From my own personal standpoint, once again, we were talking 25 plus years ago, working for companies were hiring undocumented immigrants because we couldn't get American-born workers in. So 25 plus years ago, we're paying $22 an hour starting wage to drive a Bobcat, to operate a Bobcat, no experience necessary. Union job, local 150. So your health insurance, health and welfare taken care of, paid vacations, a union contract guaranteeing you annual raises, $22 an hour, 25 years ago, no experience necessary. If you were an experienced foreman, the upper teens, 17, 18, $19 an hour, laborers with no experience, 11, 12, $13 an hour, 25 years ago, once again, all union positions. Maybe I'm a simple man. That was good money for me, to me back then. And we could not get American-born workers to come in and do it. Even with union contracts, even with all the benefits that came with it, they didn't want to do the work. And I understand that there are plenty of Americans that do hard work. There are a lot of Americans that will not do certain types of hard work. They just won't. Landscaping falls under one of those areas. Farm work, agriculture work, meat packing plants, poultry plants, places like that. For whatever reason, American-born workers just will not do that kind of work. I've watched it happen in my industry year after year. We'd get an American-born worker in, maybe he'd make it a day, and making decent money back then. We have a problem in this country with people wanting cheap goods, but not wanting to do the cheap labor it takes to get those goods. I mean, hence the reason why our t-shirts and our phones and our computers and shit all come from another country. We don't want to pay the expensive prices as an American consumer society. So yes, you're right in some instances, and in many instances, you're not right. Like in the instance I'm describing in my own personal experiences.